look at that giant.
These are two of my dreams. I get to land Jimmy's fish.
Oh, Tommy. Oh, my goodness. How big is that fish?
Rising with the morning sun, I got no work today. You might find me up on the bayou or over in the ocean bay.
It is going to take two of us, I can tell you that.
The street or a lake down in Tennessee. Might as well
Woo,
grab
good
your
fish.
fishing pole. Come and go
Whoa,
along with me.
look at that giant.
Really?
I caught him out there on the deeper grass, Roland.
Really? Is it
Yeah,
bass?
you were throwing up there. I thought I'd throw out here on this deeper grass. I'm fishing with my buddy Roland Martin, but we're nowhere near
What you
Florida
got,
or
son?
Oklahoma. We're in Minnesota.
Oh, look at that.
A little bass.
A bass on the red man.
Red man spinnerbait. Look how chunky he is. Look at that. Look how chunky that fish is. Golly.
Well, Jimmy, what do you want to do? Now, look, you get the red man. He's got kind of an unfair advantage. He's got his brand new red man spinnerbait.
I gave you one.
I
gave
know,
you
I'm
one.
going to try it too. And there's some nice bass here. We're
Some sloppy seconds.
central Minnesota. Ooh, that's not-
Central Minnesota. And this is about a 500 or 600 acre lake. There's houses on this lake.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's only one. There's one. We know that because
No,
we put
no.
our boat in there.
You know, we're in Park Rapids.
Yeah.
There's supposed to be 200 lakes this size or bigger within 10 miles of Park
Golly.
Rapids. 200 lakes.
Within 10 miles. Within
Yeah.
10 miles.
Or 20
And,
miles.
and,
There's
and
20
some of them got smallmouth, some of them got largemouth, some of them got both. They've all got pike. We'll catch a lot of pike. I don't know whether we'll catch
Now-
big ones or small ones.
Now Jimmy, he's waxing he's caught one bass. Okay, I hadn't had a strike yet. But I'm using a Spro frog just to kind of see if they're in the pads. I know they'll be in the pads this afternoon, but you're knocking them out here in the.
Well,
caught 4 or
I'm
5
not
pike.
knocking them, but that's one. But I thought, you know, this grass, I'm seeing on my Garmin Live Scope a lot of grass out there, and I thought,
Yeah,
well,
I
I'll
see
throw in
that.
that deeper grass and see what happens. So I want to try that a little bit, and that way you can throw at that frog.
Now, while Jimmy's working that open water with his brand new old-time 53-year-old red man spinnerbait,
Yeah.
I'm going to take this Spro frog and I'm going to throw it into that heavy lily pad stuff right there. Nice long cast.
There's
Oh,
another
you got
one.
another one.
Yep.
Jimmy's killing them. It's a
If you
pike.
catch one before Roland does, you're killing them.
Well, they're
Now,
not
I've
hitting my
caught
frog.
5 or 6 of these
I might
pikes.
have
though.
to
That's-
go
I
to the
mean, I've
spinnerbait.
only caught one bass, but 5 or 6 of these pike. And I don't really want to handle them because they're so tough on your hands. And I
Oh, hey,
actually
look, Jimmy. Oh, I just missed one. Hey, that's backup time. Backup time. Watch this.
put a worm on him. Put a
I'm gonna
worm
put-
on
no,
him.
watch this. I just had a.
Maybe he's not. I'm gonna keep throwing out the middle because I caught that one bass out there. Early morning before that sun gets on the water, I should be able to catch him out of that deeper grass.
Oh, daggone it.
There's another one.
You get another one?
Gonna be another pike too, I think. The bass got to come to the surface pretty quick.
I don't know if it's a bass.
The pike are little guys, you know. Which I don't mind.
Got all kind of stuff in it. That grass, it
I
won't
don't
come
mind
through
them
that
being
grass.
little.
There's
Big
one.
ones are fun to
I
catch.
got a
but
small
Lord have
bass.
mercy.
Hey, guess
He-
what I did?
you get that
picked
frog?
Up,
He get
I
that
picked
frog?
up Jimmy's red man, and look what I
Oh,
got.
red
on
man.
Jimmy's red man. I got a
Roland's
red
first
man
bass
deal.
on a red man spinnerbait
I got a red
over
man
40
deal.
years. Over
I got a
40
red-
years.
For 50 years, I've been messing with this red man spinnerbait, and I got a deal. I got my own spinnerbait.
Yeah,
I got a
and
Roland
it's a
Martin
good
big
one.
bass spinnerbait,
And it's
but
a
I
good one,
decided
yeah.
to try Jimmy's red man because it's been such an old time deal. And so, heck, Jimmy, thank you.
You know though, Roland, that old spinnerbait, it's old,
Oh.
and it's built totally different than any spinnerbaits now, but it's got a lot different vibration, a lot different
does.
sound, and it's a real deal. I won 2 Angler of the Year titles on that.
You did.
And in reality, you might have caught a few fish on a red man.
I did.
Some of those 8, you won 9 Angler of the Year titles. You
But
might
I
have caught
told
some
him
of
it
that.
was my big bass spinnerbait, which for the most part it was. But I did use, I over the years, I've used this red man.
Yeah, I know.
What it is, it's a short-armed, single spin spinnerbait with a 4.5 blade, and it performs well. It's just kind of a small bait, but hey, it throws good, casts good, and has a lot of vibration.
There's one.
Is that what you got, son?
He went down the grass real quick.
A
I
bass?
don't know. I couldn't tell. I set the hook and he went right down. I got grass and a bass. A little
Yeah.
bitty bass. Got a lot of grass. Clean all the
I got a
grass off
bass.
there.
I
There's
got
a
a
bass
bass.
in there.
I got a bass. I got a bass.
Yep, got a
Oh,
bass.
yeah, got a bass.
He was up there shallow,
I
wasn't he?
got a bass on a Cinco.
Is that a
Cinco
Cinco?
time.
Yep.
Cinco time. That's what we're talking about, folks. Cinco time. I knew. You know, Jimmy, there's a lot of go-to things, and you have your go-to stuff.
That's your go-to.
But my
bait, I know
go-to
that.
is a
That's
Cinco.
a nice one too.
I
That's
mean,
a nice
I
one.
wasn't catching much anything, but I just know that if I throw a Cinco, I'm going to catch them. Because that is a foolproof way of catching a bass. It might not catch the biggest one, it might not catch the most, but it'll always catch something.
He was way up there in the.
Yeah,
he might catch
up
the
on the
biggest and the
shoreline.
most too.
Up on the shoreline.
So it's kind of a. That's the
Yeah, he
anchor
was.
right there. That's a perfect place for a
You
fish
got one.
to be.
Hey, that's
The
that.
wrong
You called that one,
species.
son. That's as good as it gets.
He come right up there and got it off
Hey,
that.
hey, that's a great pattern, Jimmy. The only problem, that's the only one on the whole lake. You need to find a pattern where you have more stuff.
We had to come by and fish it 5 or 6 times. And we don't want to catch the pike there. We want to catch a bass.
Bass. I got
That's a
frog
nice one
bass.
too there,
I got a
isn't it?
frog bass.
Isn't that
I
a
got
bigger
frog
one?
Bass. I got a frog bass.
I hope they
got a
start
frog
biting
bass.
that frog.
I got a frog bass.
Because I got one to tie
got a
on if
frog
they
bass.
do.
I got a frog bass.
I don't have any
got a
braided
frog
line,
bass.
though, is my problem, but I'm going to fish
Frog
it.
bass.
Oh, he's not. I thought he was
Now
a
we're
lot bigger
talking.
than that.
That's
That'll
it.
work,
Frog bass.
That'll work.
And I'll just explain the compliment. You know, it's much like Florida. You know, I'm an advocate of heavy braid. Dean Rojas, who created this Bronzeye Series frog, he advocates a 65-pound braid. I'm actually fishing a 50-pound braid up here. Will Wicks and some of the guys that fish locally
I missed
do
one.
pretty good. You missed one, Jimmy?
Yeah, I think it might have been a pike.
Really?
I'm throwing out to deeper water.
And with that, I'm throwing it on a big flipping stick. See, that's the whole deal with the frog. You need to really have some power. So I have a flipping stick, an 8-to-1 ratio reel. Now when I set it up, when I really set up on them, what I do is I make a long cast. And here's the key. Getting that rod in where you can really set the hook. I got it on my side. I kind of just work it along.
That's actually a musky rod you use, isn't it?
Well, it's a big flipping stick, but
Yeah.
a musky rod would work. But just basically having heavy tackle. Because I'm a power fisherman. I mean, I know you can finesse stuff, but you can't finesse a frog on a frog bite. That's not something you can do with spinning tackle and light line. You just can't do a frog with anything less than 30-pound braid.
I like that 50 also.
Yeah.
I like 50.
50's good. 50 good.
You can still break it if you get hung up, barely.
Yeah.
Barely, but you can. You can't break. Get hung up, you got to cut 65 and 80.
Back up Cinco time. There, he's got it. He's got it.
You get the worm?
Yeah, he's got it. He's got it. He's got it. If I just knew he'd hit the frog, and I
Missed the
backed him up
frog,
with
went back
Cinco.
and got him on the worm.
I got him on the worm.
Good technique. You got
Good
that worm on
technique.
big line too?
No, this is only 20-pound monofilament.
Yeah. Is there a
But-
bass in there?
There's a bass in there somewhere.
Yeah, there is a bass in there.
There's a bass in there.
That's
Back
a
up
bass.
Cinco time.
I
But
don't
he
know
hit
what
the
he's going to
frog.
be when he grows up, but he's
He
a
hit
bass
the frog
right now.
first, and I missed him. And I swam that worm back through there, and boy, that's the deal.
I'm going to retie. I'll use a Jimmy Houston knot on a spinnerbait. A Jimmy Houston knot is very, very easy to tie. You want to double your line. If you remember to double your line, everything else gets real easy. Double your line, put the double line through the eye of the hook. Turn loose of your bait, double line up here, your line laying on the index finger of your left hand. Oop, I lost my line, Hold on to both of them. Go up there, lay that on there. Hold the bait, go underneath your finger, wrap it 4 times. 2, 2, 3, 4. Back up through the loop that's underneath your finger. Go through that loop, Jimmy. Tighten that dude down. You're in business. Cinch it up. Pull on that loop. Make a nice little knot. There you go.
I got one. I was drifting a Cinco. Drifting a Cinco out
That'll
there.
be a pretty good bass. Well,
Might be a big
this
bass.
This point
Feels like a big one.
This point comes way, way out here.
I don't know what it is. Feels like a big bass.
I bet it is a big bass. They got out here in the
I
wind.
don't know what it is. It's way out in the middle of nothing.
Well, it's a big point right
Huh?
there, Roland. That point's coming way across here.
I see a fish in there.
And it drops
Oh,
off.
look at that. It's a big one. Hey, look at this, Jimmy.
Good one, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a big one out in the middle of nowhere. I was going to complain. I was going to say, Jimmy, get me back
You
to the
were
lily
not.
pads.
Let me tell you,
And look
dude.
what I did. I've drifted a
Dude, you're not in the
Cinco.
middle of nowhere. You're on
I
a
wasn't even-
point.
I wasn't- I was kind of
Are
playing
you
around.
listening to me? You're
We're
on a
talking
point.
about all kind of crazy things, and all of a sudden, I drifted up a great big,
How many
nice
times
big
did I
northern,
tell you you're on a big
northern
point out
Cinco
here?
fish. Thank you, Jimmy.
Yeah.
I was going to complain about your fishing where you were fishing, but
I
I'm
am
not gonna
fishing
complain
on a big
anymore.
long point that
I'm going
runs
to quit
way out
complaining
here.
about.
And
Look,
I got
Jimmy's
one
got one.
too. I
What
got
you
one
got,
too.
son?
We're not in the middle of nowhere. We're on structure. It's a
Hey,
pike.
well, is it
It's
bass?
a pike. No, it's a pike.
Oh. Huh. Which counts more?
Oh, mine's longer than yours.
Mine's fatter than yours.
Yeah, it sure is.
Okay, now we figured out something. I was all keyed in on the frog and the pad deal, and now we're out in the middle of the lake. What's here? It's just all deep water.
How many times have I said in the last 3 or 4 minutes we're fishing a long underwater point? Roland, we're fishing a long underwater point. Oh, we're right out in the middle of nowhere. We're just drifting right out in the middle of nowhere. Roland, are you listening to me? I can't believe right out in the middle of nothing. No structure out here at all. Nothing. It's a big, long, rocky point with grass on it. Roland, the pattern is a big, long, rocky points with grass on them. We need to find those, and we'll catch some bigger fish.
Another one. This is so easy
There's
because
another
I
one.
like it. I just throw it out there.
There's another one.
I just throw it out there and just hold my rod like this and let Jimmy run the boat on this long rocky point that he says he found.
He did find.
I got a
Of course, you got
bass.
to hold that one to the
I got a
camera.
bass out in deep water.
He's throwing way out.
Deep water bass.
Is that with his sinking worm?
Deep water bass. Look at that. Another good one.
Yeah, yeah.
Out in deep water. There's something to said about that,
And
Jimmy.
you
were making comment about deep water bass.
I think
and I'm sitting there casting out there with the Cinco.
I think that
catching
I
decent-
think that's just
decent
in,
bass.
I think you're past the grass where you caught that one.
I was way out in the middle there. I threw out straight out in the middle.
Yes, it's a bass. Bass are
Hey,
hard
you're
to come
catching
by.
up.
Today,
You're catching up.
I'm catching up. I'm not behind.
You're catching up. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Now we're
Some
talking.
fish up there.
That's a good one, Jimmy.
That's
I'll
a
give
better
you.
one.
I'll give you. Good
That's
credit
a
on
better
that
one. Look how fatty.
That's
Oh, look at there. Look at
That's
there.
a good bass.
Look at here. What's happening? Let me set my spot lock here. I got to show you this. This is
Hey,
crazy.
I'm gonna throw back out there.
This
with
is
it. Why not?
crazy. This is crazy.
Just how far out were you?
Way out there. Way out there.
Way out
I got my line all wrapped around my Garmin watch. Look at this right here, sports fans. Look at here. This fish has eaten this jig,
there. Oh yeah, look at that.
has eaten that jig,
Oh,
and
Lord.
went down in his belly and he pooped it out.
You know that's the kind of jig that Jason. That's I'll tell you that's Jason's fish. That's
Now-
Jason's
now-
jig.
Now, you know, I don't know if
Jason,
that'll go back in or
Durham.
not. I
I got a
imagine,
jig just like that tied on.
but I don't know. We're gonna turn it loose. I'm not kissing it.
Yeah, keep that jig because I swear I can show you the exact same jig.
I bet it is. I bet it is. But he
Keep
still
fishing,
hit
kid.
that spinnerbait, even though he had that. Now, I don't know. Now he might not be able to get. He might still stay stopped up. I don't know. But he might. He was still pretty fat, so that jig hadn't been in there too awful long. I was way out there rolling. I didn't really have it that deep. I'm letting it drop down a little bit, maybe 3 or
Yeah.
4 feet is all.
Really?
Because when it gets in closer, you know, it's got to hit
Yeah.
the top of that grass. And it was
Oh, I
on the
wonder if that-
outside of the
that
grass.
Fish must
maybe.
have been suspended out there.
I got a pretty good one. You got him, don't you? Yeah, I saw him come up and get it. You get him out of there.
I got him.
You got him. You got him close.
I got him.
Oh,
yeah. Oh yeah.
Froggy
That's
fish.
what we're talking about. Big old
Froggy
frogfish.
Yeah.
Big old frogfish, son. That's what the fun is.
I saw
Now
him come up there and
I
bust
had to
it.
really crank on him to get him out. It was
Yeah,
really a
That's where you need
difficult
that,
kind of
need
deal.
that
but
heavy line and a big,
the heavy line,
big pole.
beautiful, beautiful flipping stick, a Spro 65 frog. This is that nasty shed one. And I'll cut the
Nasty?
tail. One thing that Dean Rojas
A
developed
nasty
this from,
shad.
and he cut those things down. He likes to cut 3/4 of an inch off. I don't know.
Of the feet.
The feet,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's pretty thick stuff right there. You might start getting some bites in there.
Haven't had a lot of fish
one.
on the frog, but had a couple decent
Bass.
ones. What is it?
The bass, a little bass.
The bass?
I'm gonna try to power pole down.
Hey,
that was
that's
a little
good. Hey,
shallower
power
there.
pole.
That was a little
You-
shallower there.
You got a power
Dang.
pole here?
I'm trying to. I didn't get all the way down.
You didn't?
No, I didn't get all the way down.
I think it
I
stopped
stopped
now.
it. I stopped it. I stopped it. Yeah.
Okay.
That's a little shallower, Roland, right there. Throw
Okay,
right back.
yeah,
right-
that's a nice bass.
Yeah, that's a pretty nice one. That's a good
Yeah.
fish right there. We'll take them like that all day long.
That's a good one,
Oh,
son.
that's good sugar.
Hit the old.
That's a little bit
The old
shallower
limit.
right there in that one spot.
Oh yeah.
And I threw that where it looked like it shallowed up. I'm just talking from the vegetation.
Yeah.
One of the keys to catching fish in a lake that you're not really familiar with, or even in a lake that you fish quite a bit, is find out the differences that are causing you to get a bite. And in other words, bass are a species of differences. They like something's different. In other words, in simple terms, if you had a lake that had a lot of logs in it, and only a few stumps, the bass are probably going to be on the stumps. You had a lake that had a lot of stumps and only a few logs, are going to be on the logs. A lot of grass, a few rocks. Now look for the differences. Look for things that are different. Now, you take a lake like we fished today, basically it's completely covered with lily pads all along the bank. There's no bank that's not covered with lily pads. So you have to start looking for differences. So as soon as you get a bite or you catch a fish, you look and note what's around that area. And then when you catch another one, and pretty soon you're going to find some differences in there. Now another thing that you want to do, now we caught fish on spinnerbait early this morning, then they just quit biting it. We switched over to a frog where we could talk them up out of these lily pads. And then we hit some periods of time, and you know, if you happen to watch this whole show, you'll notice we caught a lot of fish. Then we had to switch up and use our backup bait, which is a lucky creature. This is what this is right here. And we use a lucky creature when we miss a fish on a frog. We'll put that lucky creature right back in there behind it and catch it. But then we hit a period of time, 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the afternoon, could not get a bite. Could not get a bite. So we found the areas where we found a little bit of difference in the water, and the differences was that it came out and dropped off a little bit quicker. That little bit quicker drop off seemed to hold fish. There's certain areas where we caught them, and every time we go back here we get a bite. So now we're just simply concentrating on those areas, looking for that little different area there, and putting that worm right down in front of them. It seems like when they're not biting, they just have to drop it right on their head. Differences, that's the key to catching fish.